Hi guys! Sorry I'm a little bit late. Got stuck at work. And I didn't feel like doing my makeup, so welcome to this. Okay. So we are going to finish Recipe for Turnabout today. You might not believe me, but we are. I haven't figured this case out yet. I have no idea what it is. Like in my own head, I haven't figured it out. So, we're gonna see what happens. So, here we go. I hope if I had the controller in my hand. Also, I'm eating chips because I'm starving and I haven't eaten yet. Sorry. I thought I could chew faster than I did. Good morning, Mr. Wright. Good morning, Maggie. So, what do you think is going to happen today, sir? Yesterday's session didn't go well and ended on a giant mystery. That's true. We still haven't solved a single part of it yet. Are you okay, Nick? Huh? Oh, yeah, of course. I saw that little flash of doubt in your eyes. No! That wasn't doubt. That was, determination. Why don't I believe you? It's nearly time, Maggie. You better get going to the defendant's seat. Roger. Don't let me down, Mr. Wright. I'm counting on you. Hey, pal. Hey, Detective Gumshoe. Quit stressing Maggie out. She doesn't need that. How did you know she was stressed? I was watching through the doorway. Oh. You look like you lost the case already. Show a bit of confidence, will you, pal? Here, maybe this'll help. Huh? Have you taken up aromatherapy, too? Not in a million years, pal. Don't tell me that you don't remember this thing. Come to think of it, that doesn't look like one of those aromatherapy bottles. This is a small bottle that turned up in Trebian's kitchen a couple days ago. Wow, look at all these little bottles. Oh, they're aromatherapy oils. He's got so many, they're overflowing into the floor. Hey, wait a minute. There's one bottle that's different from all the others. Well, what do you know? It doesn't have a label either. And it doesn't smell. Finally got the analysis results back from the lab. So, what is it? Is it poison? I'm afraid not, pal. It's medication. It's the medication. Medication? Yeah, for ears. Topical use only, apparently. For ears? You mean... Yeah, it's the medication Glenn Elg was using for his ruptured eardrum. What was Glenn Elg's ear medicine doing in the kitchen? What about the unidentified fingerprints? Anything on that? Someone screwed up, so they had time to analyze the contents of the bottle. Another hour and they might have gotten something on the prints, but... that's going to weaken its impact as a piece of evidence. Okay, pal, this is it. Make sure your defense is impregnable today. Got it? Trying. Today's trial. I'm going to expose that guy. Oops, I hit the button too fast. We're going to expose that guy, guys. We can do it. Oops. Hold up. The court is now in session for the trial of Maggie Bird. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Ready and waiting as always, Your Honor. Very good. Then we'll get underway at once. Yesterday we heard the testimony of Mr. Victor Kudo. He claims to have witnessed the defendant putting powder into the victim's coffee. However, the witness testimonies was plagued with a number of problems. Mark on the rim of the cup that the victim drank it with his right hand. But according to the old man's testimony, he picked it up with his left. Thank you, Mr. Godot. Furthermore, according to the witness's account, the victim was listening to the radio with an earpiece in his left ear. Yet the victim's left eardrum was ruptured, which made him effectively deaf in that ear. It's amazing how many contradictions a single case can have, huh, Nick? Huh. Allow me to enlighten you, Your Honor. The world, you see, keeps turning. We must turn with it. You've lost me already, Mr. Godot. Don't let the mysteries of yesterday mystify you today. Only losers think like that. You've got to change with the times. It's one of my rules. Are you implying that you resolved these contradictions? You know the answers to these riddles? The old guy wasn't just throwing seed in here. He was throwing us off the scent. Today I'll prove it. Okay, buddy. Prove me something. Tell me how this case goes, because I don't fucking know what's going on. Let the first witness take the stand. And you are... Oh, bonjour everyone! I am Jean Armstrong, the owner and the head chef of La Tribulations restaurant. Enchanté! Forgive me for acting witness, but are you a woman? Oh la la, monsieur, as you can see, I'm la pert and perky gentleman, no? On the day of the incident, you were in Tribulations' kitchen. Isn't that right? With you, monsieur? Everything feels right. Huh. Wow, he's totally unfazed. Doesn't anything intimidate this guy? This works because you're French. Yeah, I'm allowed to make fun of French people. Very well. Your testimony, please, witness. Please tell the court what happened that day at Tribulations. Oui, volontaire. When it all happened, there were just 2 customers in my restaurant. I remember I was experimenting with some new art deco as the day. Like having a large mirror between the tables, for example. Oui, perhaps that is what the old man was looking at. La cup, la earpiece, and la glasses. You would have seen everything in reverse, no? Since when were there mirrors? A mirror? Oui, un grand miroir. The most enormous miroir. God damn it. And suddenly the mystery disappears. Like I said, the world keeps turning, so roll with it. That would explain the coffee cup and the earpiece conundrum. The mirror would have made everything appear back to front. What the heck? It's way too early in the morning for this to be happening to me. Now then, Mr. Wright, you begin your cross-examination. Just kill me. And who were the 2 customers exactly? Of course, the young man who died, and the other not so young man. You're referring to yesterday's witness, I presume? What about the other man Maggie says she saw at the table? Something tells me Mr. Armstrong isn't planning to disclose his existence. We need some hard evidence first before we can bring him up, don't we? I guess we'll just have to try a different approach for the time being. You were experimenting with Art Deco? How come I never heard about that before today? You're not familiar with the language of interior design, monsieur? Please stay on topic. Now, why didn't you tell the court about this before? But I did just a few moments ago. Excuse me, Mr. Armstrong. This deco you mentioned, are you referring to some sort of decorature? No, Art Deco. It's a style of design, Your Honor. He's talking about interior design, walls, ceilings, carpets, that kind of thing. Ah yes, of course, that deco. I was trying to achieve more a feminine look for my restaurant. I was planning the most bold remodeling of la deco. How big of a mirror are we talking about here? Something about 4 meters wide and 2 meters high. With Let's see, if 1 meter is about 1 yard. Holy glass in a frame, that's huge. I was intending to install it on the ceiling eventually. The ceiling? Was there a mirror on the ceiling? I don't remember. No, but I decided not to go through with it in the end. What should I do? Should I ask him more about the mirror or not? If you really had such a large mirror in the restaurant, someone would have noticed it. But there's nothing about a mirror in Mr. Kudo or Maggie Bird's testimonies. But,
Objection!
You didn't ask, Wright. You only have yourself to blame for such sloppy work. What? The mirror was delivered to Tribulations the day before the incident. Really? As Mr. Armstrong testified, he was carrying out some design changes. And as it turned out, he didn't actually use the mirror in the end. This just doesn't add up. Even if a mirror was delivered to Tribulations, it doesn't prove that it was in the restaurant on the day of the crime. If you want to doubt someone, Wright, look in the mirror. I'm sure the person looking back would be dubious enough. So witness yesterday had seen the victim reflected in a mirror.
Hold it!
Normally, I'd expect people to know the difference between a reflection and a real object. Normally? How does normality come into this? That's lame, Wright, even for you. Huh? You trying to say that if something isn't normal, it isn't possible? Is that it? Where does that leave the... Where does that leave the porky-headed lawyer and the top-knot chick over there? The ungodly cool guy with the mask over here. Well, Wright? Not the hair. I do not have a top knot. Mr. Godot is correct. Lack of normality is no basis for discounting an argument. Bien, logic as one la day.
Hold it!
Everything? He would have seen everything in reverse? Oui. Hey, Nick, we should take a second think about what old CD said in his testimony. How did he phrase it again? The boy was wearing the earpiece on the same side of his specs. No question, you can lock me up if I'm wrong. It was his left ear, without a doubt. And then he used the same hand to pick up the cup, his left hand. He saw everything he described perfectly in the mirror, then everything he said he saw on the left was actually on the right, huh? That clears up all the problems with his testimony, I guess. Or does it? Huh. It's kind of hard to believe everything is the fault of a mirror, but... Think old CD saw everything through a reflection? If he did, it would explain the contradictions in his testimony. That just makes the situation worse for Maggie. There's got to be something in that old man's testimony. We've just got to dig deeper. Okay, what evidence do we have, guys? The mask is cool. Let's see. Something I'm missing. Oh my god. My friends won't shut up about Tekken. Now they're talking about Star Wars. I don't know what I'm missing here. I also don't remember the old man's testimony. I don't know what I'm missing. I don't know, I'm just gonna present this. I don't know. I don't really have anything that proves anything. And I don't remember the old man's testimony, so I can't really rely on that. Let me save. No, that wasn't it. I figured it out. The coffee cup, the earpiece, and the HMD. Let's think back over Mr. Kudo's testimony for a second, shall we? The boy was wearing the earpiece on the same side as the green lens of his specs. No question, you can lock me up if I'm wrong. This was left ear, without a doubt. So to summarize, we're told both the HMD and the earpiece were on the victim's left side. Now, Mr. Kudo saw that as a reflection in a mirror. It means both the HMD and the victim's and the earpiece were actually on the victim's right side. Exactement. You see, monsieur, now that you think about it, it's not so odd, no? Unfortunately, that's where we run into a monumental contradiction with the facts. Mr. Kudo really did see everything in the mirror. Why is it that HMD is now on the wrong side of his head? Order, order. Mr. Wright is correct. The witness genuinely observed the victim reflected in the mirror. We would expect the victim's eyepiece to have been over his right eye. How bitter. Try, you should have a taste of this bitterness. It'll calm you down in no time. Are we talking about your coffee or something completely different? You don't understand the way the witness thinks. Why did my sound go out? Okay. There we go. How he thinks? You remember this, I presume? The I broke the vase, sorry, apology, Mr. Kudo's sworn testimony? Exactly. The old man has one very grievous habit, other than throwing seeds. The more of an impression something makes, the more muddled his mind makes it. What's the most striking thing about Mr. Elk? Clearly it's the victim's eyepiece. And that's my point. The old man strikes again. Mr. Elk's HMD made a big impression on the old man. I saw the earpiece and those newfangled spectacles he was wearing. Oh yes, they were both on his left ear. Do you hear? His left ear. Huh. Well, it's right. That's the worst, but best impression of Kudo ever. Wow, I really thought he was old seedy for a minute there. Kudo's good. Enough. I must agree that yesterday's witness was irresponsibly rash in much of his testimony. Bad luck, Nick. Looks like the boil of a contradiction just found as a rash. A mirror can't be beaten by a handful of seeds, nor can it lie. So what exactly was the old man looking at? Fill us in, Mr. Armstrong. Go on, tell the court. We're all ears. I just want to be done with this case. Oui, I can explain. Please, if you look at the plans of le restaurant. I want to be done with this case. I'm so ready to move on. We've been on this case for ages. Hello, is everyone sitting comfortably? The miroir, it was in the middle of the restaurant, divided into two halves. There was only one seat from which you could have seen an image of la victim. That was the la seat, the table of the victim. That was where the old man was sitting. After the terrible incident occurred, I moved the mirror so it would not be in the way. But naturally, I did not touch anything else. I see no problems with the explanation we've just heard. The table next to the victims, Mr. Kudo could have seen the victim in the mirror. What a naughty little coquette I am, confusing all these men like this. Don't worry about it. We can keep up, except for the guy breaking out in a cold sweat again over there. I hate that guy. You said you didn't touch anything else apart from the mirror. Are you quite sure about that? Volunteer, of course! Very well, Mr. Wright, your cross-examination, if you please. I want to kill myself! Guys, I'm already exhausted. I'm ready for this case to be over. I want to move on. I want to be done with this game, guys. I'm really ready. How many cases are in this game? Let's see, how many cases? There's 2 more? I thought there was only 1 more. Ah. I'm gonna cry, guys. We're not gonna finish this game by Christmas. Or by New Year. I was hoping we would, but at this rate we won't. I thought there was only 1 case left, so I was like, yeah! If I just buckle down, we'll beat it. I hate myself. The mirror was in the... Okay, let's see. Hold it! So run this by me again. The mirror was here, correct? Oui. Oui? Really? Because I know if I were you, I wouldn't put a mirror there. It would be in the way. Look who's talking, Trey. Huh? You're obstructing my view, among other things. But this is my seat in the courtroom. Fabian's charms that it gives the impression that you're the only customer. Temporarily placing a mirror in that spot would hardly be in the way. Unlike you, Wright. I tell you, monsieur, la mirror was there in the middle of the restaurant. And where would that be? Oh la la, look how you lean towards me. I always attract the younger boys. Maybe I should keep you in suspense a little longer. Mr. Armstrong, tell the court what you know once. I attract the older ones too, you know. An anthem. Shall I tease you too? I'm already seeing a very hot someone, so I'm afraid you'll be waiting for a long time. More Godot lore. He's seeing somebody. I bet she has mocha cream skin and cappuccino perfume. Bien, I would tell you, there was only 1 seat from what you could have seen. So why can you only see the victim from that particular seat? Mais monsieur, it is obvious, no? Look at the plans, you will understand. Victim would have been reflected in a mirror like so. You're sitting at the table next to him, you would see everything, no? That's the seat old Seedy was sitting in on that day, when the poisoning happened. One man was sitting at the table next to the victims? Why does that seem kinda odd? After that terrible incident occurred, I moved the mirror. Did you move the mirror while Mr. Kudo was off calling the police? Oui, exactement. I carried it out in the restaurant then. You moved a huge mirror like that all by yourself? What can I say? I know how to pick things up, handsome. Huh. Joe actually laughed at something. Well, given the witness's physique, I suppose it's possible. Did you move anything else from the crime scene, Mr. Armstrong? I look like the obliging type, no? Are you sure about that? I touched nothing except a mirror. Mr. Wright, is there something the witness has said that doesn't match the crime scene? Yeah, there is. I just can't put my finger on what exactly. Huh. Suffering from a case of heartburn, Mr. Wright? I have just a thing for that, now with golden mare and frankincense. Add a few drops to your coffee and voila. Enjoy. Focus, Phoenix. Breathe. I just need to ignore these 2 and find some evidence. It's pretty strange though, isn't it? I mean, nobody mentioned anything about a really large mirror. I think someone would have, but Maggie didn't. Neither did old Seedy. The only logical explanation is that there was no mirror inside Tribulations that day. Now I've just got to prove it. Somehow. Oh... Okay, I don't know if I need to present this or the other one, but there's... The old man was sitting at the table next to him. Then that's the vase. He says, I broke the vase in my seat. The vase isn't broken on this table. So the victim couldn't have sat there. Or the old man couldn't have sat there. I just gotta figure out when that's important. Why is there not a mirror there? What can I prove? Oh my god, I want to kill myself, guys. I like the fact that he has red eyes. Right! I didn't take my meds today. That's why my brain doesn't work. I have no brain today. I was like, why can't I do anything? Why can't I brain work? Because I didn't have my pills today. Hehe. You seem off, small nugget. Yeah, the pharmacy's out of my meds. And I'm waiting on them to refill them. So I didn't take my meds this morning. My meds are the ones that make my brain work. Those are the ones I'm missing. My ADHD meds. So I'm very distractible. I'm very sleepy. And I can't freaking think. I can't get my brain to connect the dots. More so than usual. How do I prove the mirror wasn't there? How do I prove? Maybe you call the stream early? Yeah, after like 30 minutes? That just seems kind of rude, though. I really want to beat this case today, but God, I just don't have, like, I literally can't think. I'm trying to figure this out. And I don't want to look it up, like, I really don't, but I really want to get past this case already. How do I prove the mirror wasn't there? But brain not working, what good will it do? Can't have you pulling a 4-hour stream. I know, right? Ugh. I don't know what to do, man. I hate canceling streams, especially because I really want to finish this freaking case. Move on. But I just... Holy shit. Hopefully my meds will be here by Thursday. Let's check if CVS has texted me. Also, it is kind of like a slow night. It's basically just me and you. So, maybe I will call the stream early. I just, man, I want to beat this fucking case. Is this the one? No. Look it up for now. At this rate, you'll be here all night. That's actually what I'm doing. We're on the same page. I'm trying to find the one I used before. Yeah, here we go. Okay, so I was right. Okay. Okay. I was right. So I just didn't know exactly where. So I need to present the crime photo to show that the vase isn't broken. And then present the victim's testimony. So your brain is working. It just doesn't trust itself, I guess. I just couldn't figure out where I had to present it. I was like, maybe I have to hold on to this for later. But no, I have the right pieces. This piece of evidence contradicts the testimony we have heard, Your Honor. The crime photo? This photo clearly shows something that theoretically should not exist. What on earth do you mean by that, Mr. Wright? Should not exist? Sounds like you're describing yourself, Trey. Now then, if the defense would please clarify its statement. What is something that should not exist in this photo? Take that! I think it's pretty obvious this is what should not be in the picture. The vase? What possible connection does that have with this witness's testimony? Your Honor, I'm telling you that there should have been no vase on this table. Because it very clearly contradicts this piece of evidence. Take that! There's one thing that was clearly demonstrated by yesterday's testimony. Mr. Kudo broke the vase on the table where he was sitting. And yet, as the court can see, there's an unbroken vase on the table next to the victim. Why? Because Mr. Kudo was not, in fact, sitting at the table next to the victim at all. Objection! Don't be an idiot, Trite. That's impossible. Sir, putting your head on the table is rude. Oh wait, he's dead. At least die outside. That seat's the only one Kudo could have seen the victim's reflection from. Exactly. There's only one conclusion we can draw from this contradiction. There's no mirror in Tribulations that day. Your testimony, Mr. Armstrong, is an elaborate lie. Mon Dieu! Objection! Don't try to confuse the court, Trey. Obviously, the witness cleaned up the vase, while the police were taking their time getting to the crime scene. Unfortunately, Mr. Godot, this doesn't quite work for me. Mr. Armstrong already testified to the contrary. In his own words, I did not touch anything else, except for the mirror. Yeah! Well, witness, what do you have to say for yourself? I was right. There's no mirror in the restaurant that day. In light of this revelation, we return back to the original problem. Why did the victim have an earpiece in an ear which he couldn't hear? Huh. Only do ooh for 2 minutes. Protect your throat. No, don't make me. Why? You're so mean. If you wanted to protect my throat, you wouldn't do it. 2 minutes? Okay. You're such a meanie. I'm gonna read everyone's lines like this. You only get one shot in life. There's no turning back. If you want to claim that the mirror wasn't there, Trey, then this problem is all yours. How do you explain what the old man saw? If I can answer this, then I'll be that much closer to the truth. I can feel it. Are you going to be okay? Can you really solve this contradiction, Nick? It's more than just one contradiction, Maya. What do you mean? Remember what Maggie told us? There was another man at the victim's table. And there was a sample CD on the victim's table. All that flies in the face of Mr. Kudo's testimony. And I think I know the reason why nothing in this case is adding up. At least I said only 2 minutes. You're still a meanie. Well, Mr. Wright, let's hear your answer. Yes, Your Honor. The reason behind all the contradictions in Kudo's testimony is simple. I'm just using a guide right now because I can't do this right today. Because I wouldn't have picked this. But it's the answer. The victim was a phony. This case is riddled with contradictions, yet there's one very simple answer that clears them all up. And what is that? The incident Mr. Kudo witnessed and the incident the victim experienced were two completely different events. I was thinking that, y'all! What? Dooby-doo-moo-woo and you read pearl signs. Do you do it in a deep voice? I do it in an even higher voice! Yes, the victim that Mr. Kudo saw wasn't Mr. Glenelg at all. It's an imposter, phony pretending to be Mr. Elk. Obviously, unlike the victim, there was nothing wrong with the imposter's left eardrum. That's how he ended up wearing the earpiece in his left ear by mistake. Thank God. I didn't see what he said. I missed it. Oopsie. Order in the court. Settle down and I'll clear the courtroom. Quiet, Gramps. Why don't you clear out of here, huh? What did you say? Right. Are you saying that what Mr. Kudo saw was a setup? Yes. Who the fuck keeps sliding him coffee? It's me. I'm his assistant and I sit there on the end and I just... Someone pretended to be Glenn Eld and acted out the whole coffee poisoning, all for the express purpose of creating a witness out of one Mr. Victor Kudo. Get real, Trite. Why would anyone want to do that? Isn't it obvious? The thing Mr. Kudo was most insistent about in his testimony was... Serving girl brought him a Javakino, but she put something in it. That's the serving girl right there in the defendant's chair. I remember her well. Sorry I'm late. What did I miss? Preferably less than a minute. You missed the fact that I'm dying and I want to kill myself. I don't have my ADHD meds today, so I'm actually having a lot of trouble, and I kind of had to pull up a guide because otherwise I was just going to kill myself. It's hard to believe, but there was one and only one reason to show Mr. Kudo this fake poisoning. Show Maggie Bird in the act of poisoning his coffee. You insinuating that the waitress in the old man's story was a fake as well? It's true that there were no other customers in the restaurant at the time, but... It's also true that the chef was there. He would have noticed what was happening. That's right! Well, witness, if your restaurant was really the scene of such theatrics, you'd have known about it, correct? Oh la la! This is the most difficult for me. No, it's quite simple. All you have to do is testify. You are under oath, after all. Was there, in fact, a phony at Tribulations? The defense demands Mr. Armstrong tell the whole truth about what happened. Okay. The defense's request for additional testimony is accepted. You will accurately explain in detail the events of the restaurant that day. Oui. Yeah, goddamn. Yeah, that's the thing. I don't have my ADHD meds. I can't think today. Although I was right, I just was wrong. I had the right idea, I just didn't know where the fuck to present it. The victim, Monsieur Elk, he came to my restaurant alone. A very old man arrived not long after him. There were no other customers. When he got well, he went in laundry. Mr. Elk became very excited. It was approximately 5 minutes later that the poisoning incident occurred. Now there was no time for a phoning to do la acting. Just so we're clear, there was no mirror in the restaurant after all? Je vous demande pardon! Forgive me, Your Honor. I lied because I wanted this mess to be cleared up quickly. What you have just done is commit perjury, Mr. Armstrong. I will decide how to punish you later. Oui. Big brain moments all around. Yeah. For now, we'll hear you cross-examine Mr. Wright, if you please. Took that perjury charge a bit too well. But I'm guessing he'll be in more serious trouble after this cross-examination. How much longer is in this case? Too much. Too much is left in this case. French accent's still on point without meds. Mais oui, je suis français. I know how to do a French accent. I hang out with so many French people because I am French. Although I'm not doing enough R. Because in French, it's a lot of R's. It's very hard. It's very hard. Okay. Was he alone at his table as well? Mais oui, I saw him from the kitchen. Yet the defendant, Miss Bird, remembers it differently. She swears there was another man at the victim's table. Fortunately for you, Troy. Yesterday's witness also testified that the victim was alone. You know, seeing you squirm like that reminds me of a certain coffee's bittersweet, but... Well, Terry, you promised you'd finish no matter what. I know. I almost quit early, though. I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna try. But, I don't think you understand. Like, I am not on planet Earth right now. Without my meds, I'm a fucking mess. But CVS is so fucking stupid. And doesn't have my meds. What kind of coffee has he been drinking? It's not coffee, it's love! It's love that's bittersweet. Hearing Maya say that makes her seem wise all of a sudden. By old man, you mean Victor Kudo, correct? It comes in often. My special coffee. Tara's mind. Fuck you, Saturday me. Basically. Hot, but I'm cold. I drank your coffee once, Mr. Armstrong. It's special, I'll give you that. It's worth a sip just for the experience. Oh, you make me so happy, monsieur. You're most welcome anytime. I said it was worth one sip, and nothing more. Mr. Okudo arrives at the restaurant around the same time as the victim. Maybe we should ask about his arrival in more detail. Out of curiosity, about what time was it when Mr. Kudo arrived? Oh no, I cannot remember, monsieur. I believe you were told by a witness yesterday. Crime was reported at 2:25 p.m. by a kind of scary old man, sir. Does that perhaps jog your memory, witness? The incident happened about 20 minutes after you arrived, so the victim must have arrived between 2 p.m. and 2:10 p.m., no? Just after 2, huh? Thank you for your help in jogging my memory, monsieur. You are wonderful. Ha ha ha. Can't sit here all the time and do nothing now, can I? The time of day will be added to the witness's testimony. Oui, monsieur judge. Everything I do it for you. Merci bien. Merci bien. That's French, isn't it? Ha ha ha. Glad at least one person is in a good mood. He's even humming a song to himself. You're absolutely sure about the time? When I think really hard, I am sure it was just after 2. Oui, the time I stopped serving the lunch menu. Quite right, I always break for lunch when the restaurants are serving their specials. Been known to wind up a case early just to make it on time. Haha. Guess you should never go between a hungry judge and his lunch. Oh, would you look at that? It's almost lunchtime already. Witness, get on with your testimony, please. Okay, I need to present something on this. Which I think I would have figured out anyway, but I'm gonna... I'm afraid I finally got you, Mr. Armstrong. I want to sit back, but then the mic doesn't pick me up well. Need a better mic. Quoi? What do you mean? At the time of the question, the victim was listening to the radio with his earpiece. The show he was listening to was Millionaire Radio. Each week they announced the winning numbers of the $500,000 lottery ticket. Wait, that must have been la show Monsieur Elg was listening to. I can't see any problem with this testimony, Mr. Wright. I wonder. You say the victim arrived at your restaurant after 2 p.m., correct? Oui, I'm sure of it. I remember perfectly now. You doing this game's review after this game or Rise from the Ashes? We'll see. God, I don't want to play Rise from the Ashes. I want to be done with this game, to be honest. I want to move on to Pokemon. I really want to play Pokemon. Oui, I'm sure of it. I remember it perfectly now. I know it's that time because I just finished serving the lunch menu. Get to the point, Troy, if you have one. That show is broadcast live at 1:30 p.m. It claims to be the most thrilling 10 minutes of your life. It's on the air at 1:30? Now, supposedly, the victim made some noise when it was announced he had won. And yet, I don't believe his cry of joy could have occurred after 2 p.m. because the show had already finished more than 30 minutes earlier by that point in time. No! This victim we've been told about has done nothing but the impossible. Listening to the radio with a ruptured eardrum, catching a show that was already over, only one conclusion you can draw from these facts. The victim was an imposter, acting out the poisoning 30 minutes after the real murder. Yes, there were 2 Glenelgs in Tribulations that day. The real Glenelg, now dead, having been poisoned by the real killer, and the phony Glenelg acting out these events for Mr. Kudo to witness. It certainly seems that way. I mean, if it wasn't the case, how could you explain the timing?
Objection!
Quite a performance, Wright. You were almost on a roll. But sadly, you lack the rock-hard foundation of rhythm to build your song. What is this? Music Theory 101? Let's recap. According to your imaginative theory, it is now just after 2 p.m. Phony Elg is performing a play for the benefit of Mr. Kudo. How do you explain then where the real Glenelg is? I don't believe I have to spell this out for the court. However, at that time the real Glenelg was already dead. That's certainly the obvious conclusion.
Objection!
Thank you, Wright. That's exactly what I was hoping you would say. What? Now, I presume you can prove this theory of yours? Can you explain where the missing corpse went to? The missing corpse? According to the old man's testimony, there was only one other customer there. That customer was the phony Glenelg. Where did the killer hide the body of the real victim? Prosecution has a valid point, Mr. Wright. If your theory is to stand up to examination by the court, you must provide us with the proof by answering the prosecution's question. Where did the killer hide the body? Yes, Your Honor. No conjecture, Wright. Here's some facts for once. Show the court a piece of evidence that proves where the body was hidden. Evidence? What's with this intense pressure here all of a sudden? That I had him with that contradiction. But he's turned it all around and backed me into a corner instead. Well, Mr. Wright, the court will now hear the defense's theory in a minute. Where was the body? It's inside Tribulations. It would have been too dangerous to take the body outside. Obviously, the body must have been hidden somewhere inside Tribulations. Interesting. Where could a body have been hidden inside a restaurant? Perhaps you would care to show the court on these plans, Mr. Wright? Yes, Your Honor. The exact location the body was concealed was...
Take that!
Body was hidden here. I see. Nice supposition. The real question is, can you back it up? I see evidence that proves the body was hidden in that location.
Take that!
Mr. Armstrong, do you recognize this bottle? No. I've never seen that ugly bottle before in my life. I only use the very best bottles, monsieur. The highest quality only for me. You're not prepared for evidence? I'm using a guide. I'm trying to get this the fuck over with. Where was that bottle found, Mr. Wright? Interestingly enough, Your Honor, it was found in the kitchen of Tribulations. Eh? Quoi? But I only ever use these bottles for my aromatherapy oils. But this bottle doesn't contain aromatherapy oil, Mr. Armstrong. No, it contains a medication. What kind of medication? Sure, everyone remembers, don't they? Mr. Elg visited an autoimmune clinic and was given medication that day. You can't be serious. Fence had the contents of the bottle analyzed, and I have the lab results here. The contents of the bottle matched the prescription that was given to Mr. Elg. Glenelg's murderer hid the body in the restaurant kitchen, at which time this bottle fell out of the victim's pocket. Mr. Armstrong, when the incident occurred, didn't you say you were in the kitchen? Mon Dieu! Yes, you know what I'm about to say. It was you who hid the victim's body. You did a fine job pretending to defend my client, Maggie Bird. However, you're setting her up to take the fall behind the poor girl's back. No! Order, order. This is an extraordinary development. Personally think that totally isn't using a guide is smarter than normal you. I mean, I'm being honest that I'm using a guide. That's what I'm saying. I'm using a guide. I'm not lying. I'm not trying to trick anybody. I'm using a guide. I'm being serious. I wasn't trying to hide the fact that I'm using a guide. It's an extraordinary development. Witness, did you murder Glenelg? Never! I cannot do such a horrible thing. Good lord. Mr. Godot? The bitterness. Every time I get lied to, I always down a mug of coffee. It's one of my rules. You have the slightest idea how many cups you've had by now? Then I like to do the same to the person who lied to me. I like to take them down with my empty cup. Listen up, chef. How about a brand new flavor in your ear? My H-deficient friend? Je vous demande pardon. Please, you must hear me out. It's a trap. Listen to me. Por favor. Yo hablo español, Mr. Armstrong, and por favor is Spanish. I'm only going to ask you once. Did you do it? No, no, no. Absolutely no. I simply, Let's hear it. You've got one shot, right, Gramps? Witness, the court will permit you the chance to make one final statement. If you lie under oath again, Mr. Godot's coffee mug awaits you, as does my gavel. Oui, it is clear. What did they always say in the movies? I've got a bad feeling about this. Someone's a Star Wars fan. Very well, begin your final testimony, Mr. Armstrong. This is true. I hid the body in the kitchen. A man forced me to do it. I had no choice to go along with him because there was a reason I could not refuse. But I did not kill him. I swear it. You must believe me. You were forced? By who? I cannot say. I will be erased. Let's try a different question then. When Mr. Elk died, was he really the only person at the table? There was another man. I knew it. Maggie was telling the truth. Let me cross-examine the witness now, Mr. Wright. Just one more thing I need to do. Gotta break this guy and get him to tell us the name of the real killer. Holy shit, I'm gonna fall asleep.
Objection!
Let's end this dance of Ring Around the Rosie, Mr. Armstrong. This is the man that you've been referring to. Ah! Who is that? I feel like I've seen him somewhere before. Well, I don't know, maybe a month ago in this very courtroom? This man is Furio Tigre. He's the manager of a loan office called Tender Lender. There's no point in trying to hide the truth anymore, Mr. Armstrong. I know you couldn't go with Mr. Tigre, at least not while he had this on you.
Take that!
$500,000 loan from a black market loan shark. And you had no way of paying it back, did you? That's why you're forced to do anything this man told you. Oui, it is as you say. Mr. Mr. Armstrong. That tiger, he told me he was going to use my restaurant for a business rendezvous. On that day in question, he was there meeting a victim to demand that he pay his loan. I don't know why it happened like that. I just did what he told me. I had no choice. I carried the body. Hold on. What is under? Oh, there we go. And unconscious Maggie out of the dining room and into the kitchen. After that, I tried to forget what I had seen. I think we can now safely say that the man who forced your hand was Mr. Furio Tigre. I do have one further question for you, Mr. Armstrong. The poison and lottery ticket that were found in the defendant's apron pocket. Was that your doing as well? No, I knew nothing about that. Making it look like it was Maggie who had done it. I was not. This despicable. Mr. Godot, you will summon the Sphere of Tigre as a witness. I doubt that can be arranged today, so we adjourn for now. Proceedings will continue tomorrow. 30 minutes. What? The trial will go on. I'll see to it myself. Need half an hour to get that guy on the stand. Not a minute more. How the? Don't sit back and relax yet, Wright. By the way, I don't mind if you do this Thursday because it seems like you really don't want to do it like this. I'm hoping to have my meds by Thursday. So, we're gonna see. I'm mostly just waiting for CVS to fucking text me. They do this shit to me all the time. They do this with, and it's with this prescription. I have 4 prescriptions, and it's only ever with this prescription, my most important medication, to be honest, that they do this with. They will not, like, they will send me a text that's like, oh, well, we don't have your prescription in stock, so we had to put it on a special order. We'll text you when we get it. And then it'll go like 3 or 4 days. And I'm like, I can't go that long without my meds. I need my meds. I'm just so fucking frustrated with them. And it's only with this prescription. My other prescriptions, they fill no problem. I don't get it. No one knows if that chef is really telling the truth or not. The trial could still go either way. Very well. Your request is granted, Mr. Godot. We'll resume once Mr. Tigre is ready to take the stand. Until then, court is adjourned for a 30-minute recess. Not cold. Okay, we're gonna save. Kitty, I hear you. Where are you? She's around here somewhere. I really don't mind if you end. I hate this case as much as you do, and I don't as much as you don't want to do it right now. Bro, I'm thinking about it now that we're at a recess. But I'm trying to see. Come here, kitty! Where are you? I'm trying to figure out what I want to do. I don't know. I want to end this and start a new case Thursday, but at the same time, I just, I'm like I said, more than anything, I'm just mad at CVS. I've been like this all day, like even at work. This is the worst part. As I don't get like withdrawal symptoms from my meds, more than maybe a headache. But I get this intense, like, I get really tired, and I'm like, it's this intense feeling. I don't know how to describe it, but it's like, I know my brain can do better than this, and it just doesn't work. It's like, no matter how hard I think, no matter how hard I try to do stuff, I'm just like, gone. Just cannot get my brain to work. Mostly, I'm hungry, to be honest. So that's the other things. I'm kind of like, food time. Come here, kitty. You want to make a stream appearance? Come here. Come here. She's being camera shy. Can you not get on top of those curtains, please? But you can finish Thursday because it's going to take all week to do case 4 unless you persevere. Yeah, I'm definitely going to do Thursday. What I think I'm going to do, stop here, finish this case Thursday, and then we start the next case next week. I was really hoping we'd be done by New Year. I was really hoping. But we're gonna finish these games. We're gonna finish this fucking game, and then we're gonna move on to Pokemon. Because I want to play Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl on stream. I'm trying to think. How long are each of these cases? We'll figure it out. I'll figure it out. I'll talk to Zeffy because he knows all these cases better than I do. Hopefully, we'll start the new games that we're gonna play by like February. Case 5, you're definitely leading next year, even if you finish today. I bet. Because I also had forgotten about Rise from the Ashes. I was like, oh, I thought there were only 4 in this game, 4 cases. And so I was like, oh, I can finish by New Year's. But there's 5 cases, plus I forgot about Rise from the Ashes. So I've got basically 3 more cases to play once I beat this one. So, February. We're gonna start Pokemon by February. God. I don't want to play Rise from the Ashes. I don't want to do all this. I want to beat this game. Like, I'm just frustrated with both the games I'm playing right now. That's my biggest thing, is I'm like, I was having fun with these games, and now I'm not. Especially fucking Final Fantasy. I'm trying to beat that game. Rise from the Ashes is 3 days. That's right. No. I'm gonna beat this game by February. I'm saying that right now. I'm gonna beat this shit by February. I'm gonna fucking do this. I gotta figure out how much more I have left in Final Fantasy as well. I'm in chapter 8 out of 13 in Final Fantasy. I'm at the end of chapter 8, so pretty close to the end. 9, 10, 11. So I have 5 more chapters. I can finish that pretty quickly if I really put my nose to it. Ugh. We're gonna figure this out. But what we're gonna do is tomorrow morning, I might cancel tomorrow morning stream. We'll see how I feel in the morning. We'll see if my meds are ready. No, I don't mind playing Animal Crossing in the morning. That's easy to do. It doesn't take a whole lot of brain power, but we're gonna play Animal Crossing for like an hour or 2 tomorrow morning. And then Thursday night, we're gonna finish this case. And then Saturday, we're gonna talk about Disney movies. And I will make a tweet letting you guys know which Disney movies we're talking about, so you guys can watch them and be part of the discussion. But that is where we are stopping for today, because I don't have a brain. We're gonna raid. You could hiatus Final Fantasy X and do Phoenix Wright 3 days a week, and you might finish TNT by the end of the year. Maybe. I'm thinking about that. I don't know. I'm trying to figure out what I want to do. I'm thinking about it. I'm thinking about all my options. I'm also gonna talk to Zeffy and stuff, and yeah. Well, we're gonna raid my friend. Let's see what they are playing. We've got Grand Theft Auto 5. So we're gonna raid this guy. That's the raid message. Just go ahead and pop that in when you get there. Anyway, I'll see you guys tomorrow morning, and hopefully I won't feel like shit. Love you guys. Bye!